Like and subscribe right now or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. Since 2012, fans have been watching morbidly obese men and women on the TLC show My 600-Pound Life. All of the obese patients appeared in order to get help from Dr. No, so they can change their lives by transforming themselves completely and their lifestyle. Each 2-hour episode of the My 600-Pound Life show features a different person who is there to seek guidance from Dr. No so he or she could live a healthier life, and especially by getting help from bariatric surgery. Background story of Samantha. Among the list of cast members of My 600-Pound Life show, Samantha Mason is a relative newcomer. She had first appeared back in December of 2020 when her episode aired, and she was the one who was introduced to audience of the show in a quite interesting way. As we know, due to their sheer oversized bodies, most of the stars of the show can't work.
So I decided to move back home, and I got Bella back from my mom.
In addition, a lot of times they often have to depend on their family members to be their caretakers, so they could help them in their daily due tasks. In Samantha Mason's case, at nearly 1,000 pounds, who is dangerously close to dying. That's why she was worried that if she does not stop herself from abusing junk food and her toxic relationship with food, she might leave her daughter motherless. Samantha, better known online as Vanilla Hippo, is a woman who has exploited her weight in every possible way so she could provide for her family and for herself. But when she realized that her weight numbers were increasing day by day and were so high that she might die, therefore she made up her time to change her life around before she achieved her life goals. So she moved to Houston and packed her bags to meet to Iranian-American surgeon Dr. No, so she could seek his help.
Over the next 3 years, I gained up to 800 pounds, and I got to where I was bedbound.
During her meetup with Dr. No, he told Samantha that she would have to do exercise, cut down on her meals, and lose weight on her own as always, if she seriously valued her life and wanted to live, before he could even think of approving her for gastric bypass surgery. Well, no matter how Samantha Mason was shown in the trailer, by the looks of it, crying and telling the people around her that she can't live without food, it seems she was able to do exactly what Dr. No wanted her to. Number 3. Samantha Mason, a fetish model. As we know that being overweight, just like Samantha Mason's case, it may not be easy to work your typical 9-to-5 job. So she finally found an interesting way to pay her expenses. Actually, people pay to watch her eat. Okay, don't get confused, let me elaborate. Did you know that Samantha Mason is a model and she really loves her job as she enjoys it to the fullest? Well, when she realized that she was too big in size and she couldn't find any suitable jobs, so she turned to fetish modeling online.
To start fetish modeling for a website that catered to people who...
Because we all know that once someone reaches a certain oversized weight, it becomes way difficult to even leave their own home. Therefore, she had to do something to make ends meet. At more than 800 pounds, as getting around was a problem for her. And when it comes to fetish modeling, it just allows her to just film herself eating for her viewers and fetish fans for whom she's beautiful, enticing, sizzling, and appealing to watch. Well, that's how she provides for her family and herself. Yes, it is certainly an unconventional way to earn money. All she has to do is record herself while eating in front of her camera in her own apartment. Isn't it a bonus? That people get to eat the food that they love while getting paid for it? But for her, it was nearly a slow attempt of suicide. On the My 106-Pound Life show, Samantha shared with the audience that out of her necessity, she started fetish modeling. She said, quote, "In order to make money, since finding a job was out of the question at my size, I chose to start fetish modeling for a website that catered to people who like large women," unquote. Quote, "So I have set up in my apartment where I can film myself eating, and I eat for people. I just eat what I want, and they pay for it as long as I film it. So that's how I make a living and keep going, and it makes me feel appreciated. So I'm happy about it," unquote. Meanwhile, Mason's daughter Isabella observed how her mother's life as a model had changed. She said, "My mom's self-image really improved after she started the modeling job. It kind of makes her happier because those people just find her as beautiful. They find her as a human being, not some huge maniac." Well, about the drawbacks of this type of fetish modeling, Samantha also had no illusions as she said that, "There's no question that this job has been unhealthy for me because I found the perfect community to reinforce my worst habits. I last weighed in 6 months ago, legitimately, and I was at 811 pounds.
best friend, and I can't die. She'll be too sad.
Number 2, she and her immobility.
What is your mobility?
I can still stand, I can still walk, but I have to use a walker.
In her past 12 years, Samantha hasn't stood up to take a shower because of her being overweight, as she's at 1,000 pounds. For her, it's a difficult task to do, and it's nearly impossible for her to get up out of the bed every single morning on her own. But in order to take her hygiene seriously, she has to get up to clean and to bathe herself while sitting on the toilet seat and by pulling the head of the shower out into the bathroom. But she only takes a bath every 4 days of the week. She also has breathing problems while moving around, as the first half of her episode was all about her breathing struggle. She was even seen breathing heavily while struggling to do her basic tasks.
I have to be completely frank with you. I'm sneaking food around.
Yes, it is quite commendable, if you ask me, about Samantha's struggles to keep herself and everything clean around her while being overweight, as she still tried her best at it. But she believed that, however, she likely cannot live this way forever. She even shared that she does eat to forget how hard her life is, and now she has to admit that, well, just after confessing about some of the things in her life that she literally wishes were totally different, the very next move of her proved that she's a foe of her own self, as she's the actual victim of her bad eating habits. She couldn't get in the shower because she's an obese patient, but you will in this particular clip that she's hobbling across the living room so she could get her one of her many pre-scheduled delivery meals for the day. I mean, what's that, Samantha? She eats in her McDonald's breakfast what looks like 7 sausages, burritos, a 20-piece McNuggets, 3 sausage muffins, 1 measly Big Mac, and an entire cookie tote. Who knew one could even order that? I did the math to know how much Samantha's breakfast alone is costing her. Well, the result will surprise you, as her breakfast cost around her $30 and contains a whopping 6,800 calories. The way she consumed junk food, it was clear that she had to be immobile with all that calories. Number 1. Samantha accused Dr. No. It was clear in the season 9 premiere that Samantha just couldn't bring herself to stop eating. Well, when she appeared on the show, she immediately caught a stir amongst the fandom. To the viewers' surprise, she even started a job on the dark web as a fetish model, where she got paid by selling clips of herself gorging on food.
You're almost hitting around 1,000 pounds, huh? Yeah.
According to her, that was her last resort, as because of her overweight. No regular employers would hire. When she found that achieving her goal is actually incredibly tough, so that she could be qualified for surgery when the famous surgeon Dr. No stepped in to help save her life with emergency surgery? Well, thanks to him, because she really lost a considerable amount of weight. However, God knows why Samantha took to social media to allege the things were not as they appeared to be on the show, right after when her episode aired. She literally went on to claim that Dr. No, the show's trusted surgeon, exploited her for his own needs. And she warned in a Facebook status that was shared on Reddit after subsequently screenshot. Most people I know don't even watch the abomination that is this show. But if you do, and you happen to see me,
So I'm gonna grab 1, 2.
that is, in fact, me. She also said, I am 400 pounds down and will never watch reality the same again. It was a learning experience all around. She shared before calling out Dr. No, I also want to say, I found my own surgeons and I have never been in the same state as Dr. No. I was exploited without even the help from the surgeon himself, which is fine. I like my surgeon a lot better. Samantha still considers herself a supersized, big, beautiful woman model despite her weight loss. She said in an August 2020 TikTok that was aimed at her haters that for 4 years she has been doing a job as a model. Previously on My 600-Pound Life, she revealed that modeling was the only option someone of her size could make some money from. Well, that's all, guys, for today, with the 3 crazy moments of Samantha's story. Thank you for watching the video, and if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. But last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.